Think about your favorite game growing up. Chances are, there was probably a comfort YouTuber you watched that played said game. For fans of a game titled Star Stable, it was most definitely Violet Flowergarden, whose real name is Sophia D'Inverno. Sophia was a young creator and equestrian who meant a lot to both her audience and the people around her, but unfortunately, she grew up in a troubled home before tragically passing away. Her death not only impacted those who loved her, but also led to speculations regarding the cause. Before we get into Sophia's story, I first want to talk about the game her content specializes in, that being Star Stable. Released in 2012, Star Stable is an open-world MMO where players can take care of a horse, manage their own stable, explore the world, and do various quests and races. While I personally never played this game, I have played many others like it, like Club Penguin, Animal Jam, and Wizard 101. Kids' virtual worlds were the craze during this period of the internet, and Star Stable was no exception. With its limitless gameplay options, variety of horses, and overall charm, I can see why so many kids love this game. Among the game's many players, one of them stood out, and that was Sophia, going by Violet Flowergarden both in the game and on YouTube. She also went by the nickname Pinky. On February 22nd of 2013, Sophia uploaded a video titled, "It Ain't Over Yet, Star Stable Music Video." The title describes exactly what's going on, a music video within Star Stable. If you were on YouTube a decent amount back in the day, then the vibe of this video should feel familiar. This video was the first of Sophia's many Star Stable related videos. That's to say, her content wasn't solely based on that game. She'd be seen playing various other games, including Minecraft, Roblox, and The Sims. Her videos around those games, nevertheless, still involved horses. Sophia was not only a horse girl in the digital world, but also one in real life, taking care of and riding multiple horses. Her YouTube channel accumulated over 180,000 subscribers from over 238 videos. The amount she made from ad revenue was seemingly enough to support herself. She had her own place for a while and was able to take care of her horses as well as multiple cats and a dog. Taking from both her room tour and her obituary, Sophia was engaged in various other activities. These included reading, playing soccer, and dancing. From what I just described, it seemed that Sophia's life was quite wholesome, but that is much further from the truth. Sophia lived in Grass Lake, Michigan with her parents Joel and Deanna. She also grew up with multiple siblings. To list them off, there's her sister Lydia, as well as her brothers Josiah, Noah, Isaiah, Elijah, and Micah. Sophia and her siblings were raised Catholic, although Sophia's father would describe their practice as a pre-1958 version. To bring up Joel once again, he had worked as a licensed pediatrician for over 20 years. Joel was also his kid's pediatrician. His beliefs often intertwined with his practice, as he refused to vaccinate his kids, and he also gave them prescription antibiotics without documentation. As said in the beginning, Sophia passed away. More on her death will be explored later in the video, yet her death was actually preceded by one of her siblings. Tragedy struck the D'Inverno family on June 24 of 2020, when Sophia's brother Micah passed away unexpectedly, the cause being, as cited, an accidental drug overdose. While there's no confirmation on what he overdosed on, a court document that'll be important later has their mother Deanna deemed that it was probably marijuana and kratom. This does seem unlikely, as marijuana has no recorded overdose deaths, and cases of death involving kratom usually involve other substances. What made things even worse for Sophia is that her brother's death happened in between the deaths of her horse Lola and her cat Pumpkin. One can only imagine the pain she was going through at the time. Micah's funeral service was actually recorded and uploaded to Facebook. The video has since been taken down, but thanks to a Reddit thread and a segment in Internet Investigator's video on the case, we're able to learn some details. It's stated by a speaker who is seemingly Joel that Micah often questioned the church, mentioned how Micah constantly argued with his father. Furthermore, the court document from earlier mentioned how Micah was prone to outbursts and damaging property, oftentimes leading to his mother calling the police. The reason for the court document's existence is due to the fact that in September 3rd of 2021, a petition was filed as Sophia reported that she was being sexually abused by her own father. At the age of 15, Sophia learned about the good touch and bad touch in school. When she got picked up by her mother, she told her about the fact that she was being touched in the bathing suit area when she was 9. Sophia was asked if she wanted to call the police or obtain counseling, but she refused. Her mother also asked if the other siblings were being abused, to which Sophia responded with no. Therefore, Sophia's mother decided not to pursue action. On August 26 of 2021, a Jackson County Sheriff's Office deputy and a CPS caseworker came to their house, which was prompted by a call from Sophia to the sheriff's office. The deputy and the caseworker were responding to Sophia's report that stated that she was being sexually abused by her father. Her report also included the fact that her brother would walk in on her in her bathroom and bedroom at inappropriate times. However, it's not stated which brother it was. Joel was investigated, and he, alongside the son listed, agreed to temporarily move into his office until the investigation was complete. As told to investigators, Joel talked to his wife regarding the allegations. He would describe times when his daughter would be on his lap or on top of him when they were alone in his bedroom. This act would cause him to get aroused. Joel would bring up his Catholic faith in response to the allegations. He'd gone to confession, where a priest advised him to stop these acts. Yet, they continued for several months before he returned to confession for forgiveness. It was revealed that in 2020, Joel wrote a letter to his daughter, telling her that he can't change what happened and that he would never harm her again. On September 23rd of 2021, Jackson County Prosecutor's Office told the Sheriff's Office that they would not issue charges against Joel since Sophia did not want to go forward against her dad. Even without any charges, the Department of Health and Human Services filed a petition against Sophia's parents in the same month of September 2021. After it was filed, the Jackson County Family Court judge ordered Joel to be removed from the family home and not have contact with any of the minor children during court proceedings. Joel requested a jury trial, which was delayed due to the pandemic, while a bench trial for his wife took place in December 2021. There, the good touch bad touch discussion from earlier was brought up. It's noted how his wife didn't call the police on Joel after hearing about the sexual assault, but was never afraid to call the police or emergency personnel on her children. To elaborate, there were times when Micah would act out and break property, or when Elijah needed medical treatment. Deanna was very adamant on the rest of her children not being affected by sexual abuse, even though in the petition, it's mentioned that Lydia expressed to Sophia that she was also facing abuse. Joel had his trial on March 1st, 2022, which ended in a hung jury decision on March 3rd. The case would be tried again on June 13th, ending with a verdict where the court assumed jurisdiction over the children. The judge then allowed the father to return to the family home and would not terminate his parental rights. On April 7th, Joel would file a motion with the Michigan Supreme Court that would send the case back to the Court of Appeals. It was then on January 17th, 2023, that Sophia met her tragic end. At 7:59 a.m., police and fire personnel were called to her home after Deanna made a 911 call. Sophia's death was reported as a possible overdose, as a small silver container with orange pills was found at the scene. Naturally, Sophia's loved ones, as well as her many fans, were devastated by this information. Many attended her funeral services on January 28th, just 11 days after her passing. As a final goodbye to Sophia, Star Stable players conducted a memorial ride. While there's no confirmation on an official memorial within the game, many think that certain areas could be alluding to her, as they include violets. The subreddit r/standupforsophia would also be made. I just want to say that this subreddit has been the main provider for most of the information I gathered, so of course, a big thanks to the contributors behind it. When the information of her death first came out, many speculated that she took her own life. As mentioned previously, Sophia's life was full of hardship, with her dealing with death and abuse. The few who followed her private spam account noted how some of her comments and stories felt like signs they might have missed. When watching her room tour video, her description of what she called a depression light was something that stood out to me, knowing everything going on. Then there's the theory that Sophia's father was directly responsible for her death. For one, Joel was the family pediatrician, meaning he had access to all kinds of medication. It just seems strange that his two children died due to overdoses, especially considering his son Micah was someone who'd act out against his father, while Sophia passed away before she could speak up for herself amidst the trial against him. Of course, nobody could really say for sure what the true cause is, but no matter what you believe, her father played a big role. Joel had been investigated, yet he received no punishment. He continued practicing medicine for some time before his office presumably shut down. During the time he was, after his daughter's death, he received many negative reviews online. A mother who used to take her kids to Joel's office for years even had to find a new doctor for them. Part of why I made this video is because of how personal this story felt. I didn't know Sophia personally, nor did I watch her content beforehand, but I grew up playing games similar to Star Stable and had YouTubers fill the same position that Sophia filled for others. Sophia was a figure who made wholesome, comforting content, leading her to be admired by thousands. Her audience was very much unaware of the hardships she was dealing with, and were then saddened by her unfortunate end. Joel is a very sick man who does not deserve to be a parent. For someone to harm their own family member in the way that he did is hard to comprehend. It's crazy to think that he is walking away free after all of this, but hopefully soon, karma will get to him. My main worry is the rest of the children, as they're all still sharing a roof with their father. In the court document, it stated that the other children deal with their own mental struggles. And again, Sophia's sister Lydia was also mentioned to be facing abuse from her father as well. Again, I do hope something can be done so that the children can be safe, while Sophia gets the justice she deserves. I hope you all enjoyed today's video. Ever since my Legoland video back in 2024, I avoided talking about IRL situations and stuck to fiction. I learned about today's topic quite a bit ago, after a college friend talked about how they grew up playing Star Stable. I researched a bit into the story, although I kept it in the back of my mind, as I felt it didn't fit the tone of my channel. That wasn't until the last 2 videos I made that involved real-life situations. So I decided to revisit today's topic so that it can be exposed to more people. Feel free to like, comment down any thoughts, and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. If you want to see more lighthearted video essays that are much more personal to me, feel free to check out my other channel, K Valentine. Take care of yourselves, and of course, as usual, please have yourselves a damn good one.